In a cozy little house, tucked away on a colorful street, lived a girl named Lily. Lily had a special secret. She loved to draw more than anything. Her room was a treasure chest of colors, with crayons spilling out of jars and stacks of paper ready for new adventures. She could spend hours sketching swirling skies, happy animals, and brave knights. Her drawings were full of life and magic, making ordinary things look extraordinary. But even though Lily's art was wonderful, she felt very shy. Whenever someone asked to see her drawings, her heart would thump like a drum. Her cheeks would turn as red as a strawberry. She was afraid that if others saw her art, they might not like it. What if they laughed? What if they said it wasn't good enough? So Lily kept her beautiful artwork mostly to herself, hidden away in her special sketchbook under her bed. Only her stuffed bear, Barnaby, truly knew the colorful worlds Lily created. Barnaby, with his button eyes, was a very good listener and never judged her drawings. One sunny morning, a big announcement buzzed through Lily's school. Her teacher, Ms. Anya, clapped her hands and smiled brightly. "Class," she said, "we're going to have a very special art contest. It's called the Dream Drawing Contest." The classroom filled with excited whispers. Ms. Anya explained that for this contest, every student would draw their biggest dream. Not just a dream from sleep, but a dream for their future, something they wished for with all their heart. The winner would have their drawing displayed in the school's main hallway for everyone to see. Lily's eyes grew wide. A dream drawing contest. This sounded amazing. She loved the idea of drawing something so personal and important. But then, a little shiver of worry ran through her. Her drawing, displayed for everyone to see? Her old shyness started to creep back. She imagined all the other students looking at her picture, maybe even whispering about it. Could she really put her secret dream out there for the whole school? The thought made her stomach flutter like a trapped butterfly. Even with her worries, Lily couldn't stop thinking about the dream drawing contest. Her biggest, most secret dream was to become a famous artist. She imagined her paintings hanging in big museums, people smiling as they looked at her colorful creations, and her name whispered with admiration. In her mind, she saw herself, brush in hand, painting masterpieces. It was a beautiful, sparkling dream that made her heart sing whenever she thought about it. But then, a little voice inside her head would start to whisper doubts. "You're not good enough," it would say. "Your drawings are just kid stuff. Real artists are much better." This voice made her feel small and unsure. She would compare her simple drawings to the amazing art she saw in books, and her confidence would shrink. The thought of someone seeing her dream of being a famous artist and then thinking her drawings were silly or not special made her stomach twist. What if they laughed at her big dream? What if they thought she was silly for even wishing such a thing? The fear of being judged felt heavier than her biggest art supply box. Even though Lily kept her best drawings hidden, her kind art teacher, Ms. Anya, had a special way of seeing things. Ms. Anya had sparkling eyes and always wore a paint-splattered apron, which made her seem extra friendly. She noticed how Lily's eyes lit up during art class, even if Lily only drew small pictures in the corner of her paper. She also saw the careful way Lily blended colors and the tiny, imaginative details in her quick sketches. Ms. Anya knew there was more to Lily's art than met the eye. One afternoon, after class, Ms. Anya gently called Lily over. "Lily," she said softly, "I see the beautiful pictures you make. Your imagination is like a rainbow." Lily blushed, surprised that her teacher had noticed. "You have a wonderful talent, dear. Don't let it hide away. Believe in the magic you create with your hands." Ms. Anya's words were like warm sunshine on a cloudy day. They made Lily feel seen and understood. For a moment, the heavy fear lifted, and a tiny seed of courage began to sprout in her heart. Miss Anya saw the flicker of hope in Lily's eyes and sat down beside her, a gentle smile on her face. "You know, Lily," she began, "when I was a little girl, I loved to paint too. But I also felt very shy. I thought my paintings weren't good enough, and I was scared people would laugh at my big dream of becoming an art teacher." Lily looked up, surprised to hear her wonderful teacher had once felt the same way. "There were many times I wanted to give up," Ms. Anya continued, "especially when my paintings didn't turn out exactly as I imagined. But then I remembered something my grandmother always told me. Believe in your dream, even when it feels hard. Your belief is like a magic key that unlocks all the doors to your wishes." Ms. Anya paused, her eyes twinkling. "I decided to keep believing in myself and my art. I practiced, and slowly my shyness faded. And look," she gestured around the colorful art room. "Here I am, living my dream. It was my belief that made it happen." Lily listened carefully, her heart feeling a little lighter with each word. Ms. Anya's story made a little spark of hope light up inside Lily. It was like a tiny firefly glowing in the dark, showing her that maybe, just maybe, she could be brave too. If her amazing teacher had once felt shy and doubted herself, then perhaps Lily wasn't so alone after all. The idea of her belief being a magic key sounded wonderful and powerful. She held onto that thought as she walked home, a small smile playing on her lips. However, as the days passed and the dream drawing contest grew closer, the tiny firefly of hope sometimes flickered. The big, dark shadow of fear still lingered. What if she tried her best, believed with all her heart, and still failed? What if her drawing wasn't as good as Ms. Anya's paintings, or as amazing as the other kids' drawings? The thought of putting her deepest dream out for everyone to see, only for it not to be good enough, made her stomach clench again. It was a tough battle between her new spark of hope and her old, familiar fear. One afternoon, while Lily was drawing in her room, her best friend Sam came over. Sam was always full of energy, with a big smile and bright, curious eyes. He bounced into her room and saw a corner of Lily's special sketchbook peeking out from under her bed. "What's that, Lily?" he asked, his eyes wide with curiosity. Before Lily could hide it, Sam carefully pulled out the book. Lily's heart started to race, but it was too late. Sam's eyes scanned the pages, full of Lily's secret worlds. There were talking animals, magical forests, and brave heroes. He gasped, "Lily, these are amazing! Look at this flying dragon! And this rainbow castle! You're so good at drawing!" He genuinely loved them, pointing out all his favorite details with excitement. His words were like a warm hug for Lily's shy heart. It wasn't just Ms. Anya, but her best friend, who saw something special in her art. Sam's honest praise made the spark of hope inside Lily glow even brighter. Maybe, just maybe, her drawings on amazing. This made her feel a little stronger, and the fear of judgment shrunk just a tiny bit. Despite the kind words from Ms. Anya and the cheerful praise from Sam, the day before the dream drawing contest arrived, and Lily still hadn't started her picture. A blank white sheet of paper lay on her desk, looking enormous and scary. She had all her crayons and markers neatly lined up, ready to go, but her hand felt heavy. Her big dream of becoming a famous artist felt too grand, too important to capture on a single piece of paper. Every time she thought about drawing it, all her old worries rushed back like a swirling storm. What if it wasn't perfect? What if it didn't truly show how much she wanted to be an artist? The pressure of drawing her biggest dream, knowing it would be seen by everyone, felt too much to handle. She felt a knot in her stomach. making her feel overwhelmed and stuck. She wanted to believe in herself, just like Ms. Anya said, but the fear of messing up was a huge, invisible wall. She just sat there, staring at the empty paper, wishing her superpower of belief was strong enough to help her begin. Seeing Lily's struggle with the blank paper, Ms. Anya decided to help in a special way. She found Lily looking glum at her desk after school. Ms. Anya walked over, her smile warm and gentle. In her hand, she held a small, beautiful sketchbook with a cover that sparkled like stardust. "Lily," she said, her voice soft, "I have something for you." She handed the sketchbook to Lily. It felt soft and smooth in Lily's hands. "This isn't just any paper, Lily," Ms. Anya explained, her eyes twinkling with a secret. "This is magic paper. It's for brave dreams. When you draw on this paper, your belief will make your dream shine even brighter. It helps chase away those tricky doubts." Lily looked at the shimmering cover, then at Ms. Anya. Could it really be magic? The idea made her heart feel a little lighter, like a tiny balloon floating upwards. Ms. Anya's gift wasn't just paper. It was a special kind of encouragement, a physical reminder that her teacher believed in her. Holding the magic paper made the big, scary blank sheet on her desk seem a little less daunting. Lily held the shimmering sketchbook, turning it over in her hands. The magic paper felt warm, almost as if it was humming with a tiny, hopeful tune. She thought about Ms. Anya's kind eyes and her story of overcoming shyness. She remembered Sam's excited gasps as he looked at her drawings. Most of all, she heard Ms. Anya's words echoing in her mind. "Your belief is like a magic key that unlocks all the doors to your wishes. And your belief is your superpower." A deep breath filled Lily's chest. What if Ms. Anya was right? What if the real magic wasn't just in the paper, but in her own heart, in her own belief? She looked at the blank, sparkling page. It still felt a little scary, but now it also felt like an invitation. She decided right then and there she would try. She would use her superpower of belief, even if it felt small. Taking a deep breath, Lily picked up her favorite purple crayon. Her hand, which had felt so heavy before, now felt light and ready. She was going to draw her dream, not for a contest, but for herself, with all the belief she could gather. With her purple crayon in hand, Lily took a deep, brave breath. She looked at the sparkling paper and imagined her dream, not as something scary, but as something joyful and real. The little whispers of doubt tried to creep back, but she pushed them away, holding on to Miss Anya's words like a shield. Her hand began to move, slowly at first, then with more confidence. Colors burst onto the page. She drew herself, not as a small girl, but as a grown-up artist, standing tall in front of a giant, swirling canvas. Her hair was swept up, and her smock was covered in happy paint splatters. In the background, she drew a bustling art gallery filled with smiling faces admiring her paintings. The paintings on the walls were vibrant and full of imaginative creatures, just like the ones in her secret sketchbook. Sunshine streamed through big windows, making everything glow. She added tiny details, a small easel with a fresh canvas, brushes neatly arranged, and a happy little bird perched on her shoulder, singing a cheerful tune. Her imagination flowed like a colorful river, filling the paper with every bright detail of her biggest dream. The picture became a vibrant world, bursting with life and the clear vision of Lily, the famous artist. As Lily's crayons danced across the magic paper, a wonderful feeling bloomed inside her. It wasn't just the excitement of drawing, but a deep, warm joy she hadn't felt quite like this before. Every stroke of color, every tiny detail she added, felt like a whisper of her true self, finally free to be seen. The fear that had kept her quiet for so long started to melt away, replaced by a bubbling happiness. She wasn't worried about making mistakes anymore. She wasn't thinking about what others might say. She was simply lost in the act of creating, pouring all her hopes, all her passion, and all her belief into the vibrant picture. Her heart felt light, like a bird soaring high in the sky. It was a joyful feeling of freedom, of truly being herself. When she finally put down her last crayon, the picture of Lily, the famous artist, shimmered with not just colors, but with the pure, unburdened joy of a dream coming to life on paper. She looked at it, a wide, happy smile spreading across her face. The morning of the dream drawing contest arrived, bringing with it a mix of sunshine and butterflies in Lily's stomach. She carefully carried her vibrant drawing to school, holding it close to her chest. A tiny part of her felt the familiar flutter of nerves. Her hands felt a little sweaty, and she wondered if her picture was truly good enough to be seen by everyone. This was it, the moment of truth. But this time, something was different. Along with the nerves, there was a warm, steady feeling of pride. She looked down at the drawing, seeing all the joy and belief she had poured into it. It wasn't just a picture. It was a piece of her heart, a clear vision of her dream, and a testament to her courage. Even if she didn't win, she had made it. She had pushed past her fear and created something truly her own. As she walked into the bustling school hall where all the drawings were being hung, Lily still felt a little nervous, but a strong sense of pride stood right beside her, like a quiet friend. Lily carefully placed her drawing among the others that were already hung in the school hallway. The wall was a kaleidoscope of dreams, each picture bursting with color and imagination. There was a drawing of a child flying to the moon, another as a superhero saving the world, and a fantastic picture of a wizard building a towering castle. Every drawing was unique and amazing in its own way. As Lily looked around, her earlier pride started to waver a little. "Wow," she thought, "everyone's drawings are so good." Her eyes darted from one beautiful picture to another. One girl had drawn herself as a deep-sea explorer, with colorful fish swimming all around her. Another boy had drawn himself as a famous chef, surrounded by delicious-looking cakes. A tiny whisper of doubt began to sneak back into Lily's mind. Was her drawing of herself as a famous artist really good enough compared to all these wonderful and imaginative dreams? She felt a familiar squeeze in her chest, wondering if her picture would stand out or just get lost in the amazing display. The time for judging arrived, and a hush fell over the excited students gathered in the hallway. 3 grown-ups, including the school principal and a local artist, walked slowly along the wall of dreams. They had serious, thoughtful faces as they looked at each drawing. They paused at every single one, sometimes leaning in close, sometimes stepping back, and often whispering to each other. Lily stood a little way off, trying to look calm, but inside her heart was doing flip-flops. Her eyes followed the judges as they moved closer and closer to her drawing. Each time they stopped at a picture, Lily held her breath, wondering what they thought. When they finally reached her vibrant picture of herself as a famous artist, Lily squeezed her eyes shut for a second, then bravely opened them. She watched as the principal pointed to a detail, and the local artist nodded slowly. They spent a little longer at her drawing than some of the others, and Lily's breath hitched in her throat. Her stomach felt like a tangled ball of yarn. It was hard to tell if their serious looks meant good things or bad. After what felt like a very long time, the judges gathered at the front of the hallway. The principal, a tall woman with a warm smile, stepped forward. "Thank you, everyone, for sharing your incredible dreams," she said, her voice clear. "Every drawing is special, full of amazing ideas and effort." Lily's heart pounded, a little drum beating fast in her chest. Then, the principal held up a picture. It was Lily's drawing! The winner of this year's dream drawing contest, she announced loudly, is Lily, for her vibrant and heartfelt drawing of herself as a famous artist. A wave of surprise washed over Lily. She blinked, wondering if she had heard correctly. The principal continued. The judges were truly touched by the creativity, the bright colors, and the deep emotion shown in Lily's work. You can truly feel her dream come alive on the paper. Lily felt a rush of warmth, from her toes all the way to her ears. Her drawing had won. All the worry and fear melted away, replaced by pure, bubbling happiness. She couldn't believe it. Lily slowly walked up to the front, her legs feeling a little wobbly, but her heart soaring like a kite. When she took her drawing from the principal, it felt even more special. The surprise was so big, it felt like a happy explosion inside her. She hadn't truly believed she could win, not with all the amazing drawings around. But she had, and it was because she had finally dared to believe in herself. As she held her winning drawing, a clear thought clicked into place. Ms. Anya's words were true. Her belief, Scree, was her superpower. It wasn't just the magic paper, or Ms. Anya's kind encouragement, or even Sam's praise. It was the decision she made to push past her fear and trust in her own dream. That belief had given her the courage to draw, to share, and to make her picture shine so brightly that the judges couldn't help but notice it. A huge, joyful smile spread across Lily's face. This wasn't just about winning a contest. It was about discovering the powerful magic hidden within herself. As soon as the principal finished speaking, the whole hallway filled with a loud, happy cheer. Lily's classmates clapped and shouted her name. It felt like a warm wave washing over her. She saw Ms. Anya smiling proudly, and then Sam burst through the crowd. His face was beaming, and he rushed over to her. "Lily! You did it! I knew you could," he exclaimed, giving her a big, joyful hug. "Your drawing is the best. The dragon one was cool, but yours made me really feel something." His words, full of honest excitement, made Lily's heart swell even more. It was one thing to win, but to have her best friend so happy for her, and to hear him say he always believed in her, was like the icing on the biggest, sweetest cake. She giggled, a happy sound that felt brand new. She hugged her drawing even tighter. Surrounded by cheers and a loving embrace, Lily felt truly seen, truly celebrated, and more confident than ever before. Through the happy crowd, Lily's eyes met Ms. Anya's. Her teacher's smile was even wider now, and her eyes twinkled playfully. As Lily stood there, still beaming from Sam's hug and the cheers, Ms. Anya gave her a special, knowing wink. It was a secret message just for Lily. Later, as the excitement began to settle, Ms. Anya quietly approached Lily. "Remember that magic paper I gave you, Lily?" she asked softly. Lily nodded, still holding her winning drawing. Ms. Anya chuckled gently. "Well, the paper wasn't magic all by itself, was it? The real magic was in *U. It was in your belief, in your courage to share your dream, and in the love you poured into your art." Lily looked at her drawing, then back at her teacher. A new understanding dawned on her. The sparkling sketchbook had been a wonderful reminder, but the true power had always been inside her. It was her own belief that had transformed a blank page into a winning dream. The magic paper had simply helped her find the superpower that was already there. Holding her award and her winning drawing, Lily looked at Ms. Anya, then at Sam, and then at the proud faces of her classmates. A big, warm feeling spread through her chest. It was more than just winning a prize. It was a powerful lesson learned right in her heart. That day, Lily understood something very important. Believing in herself was the most important step to making her dreams come true. It wasn't about being the best artist in the world right away, or having magic paper, or even getting lots of compliments. It was about finding the courage inside to try, to push past the whispers of doubt, and to trust her own unique ideas. When she believed in her dream, truly believed in it, her hands knew what to do, and her colors shone brighter. This belief gave her the strength to face her fears and share her art with the world. Lily knew now that her belief was indeed her superpower, a special kind of magic that would help her with every dream she ever had. From that day forward, something wonderful changed in Lily. The little girl who used to hide her drawings under her bed was gone. In her place was a brave artist, eager to create and share her colorful worlds. She still loved to draw swirling skies and happy animals, but now she drew them with an extra sparkle of confidence. Lily started bringing her sketchbook to school, sharing her new drawings with Sam and even other classmates. Her heart no longer thumped like a drum when someone asked to see her art. Instead, a warm, joyful feeling filled her. She wasn't afraid of what people might think anymore. She knew her art was a part of her brave, believing self. Every stroke of her crayon, every splash of paint was now a celebration of her superpower, her belief. Her room was still a treasure chest of colors, but now her artwork wasn't just hidden away. It was proudly displayed, a vibrant testament to her journey from shyness to self-belief. Lily's story is a shining example for all of us. Just like Lily learned, sometimes the biggest wall in front of our dreams is not what others think, but the doubts we hold inside ourselves. Her journey reminds us that every person has a special power, a superpower, that can help them reach for the stars. This superpower is belief. It's the quiet voice inside that says, "You can do it," even when things feel hard. It's the courage to try, even if you're a little bit scared. When you believe in yourself, your ideas, and your dreams, you unlock a magic that makes everything possible. So remember Lily and her beautiful drawing. Remember that your belief is your superpower, a bright light that can guide you, give you strength, and help you achieve anything you set your heart on. Go on, believe in your own magic and watch your dreams come true.